If you are single like me and your love is wrestling, you already know that you're going to be watching tomorrow Penn State versus Michigan duel, and we're going to be going over our predictions for this crazy event. So first off, it's 125 pounds, and Penn State, we haven't seen a single 125 pounder wrestle, but against Michigan, they should have Robert Howard back, who is cleared all COVID protocol. He's a pretty good recruit from Bergen Catholic, I think, was a great high school wrestler there. I think was a two-time state champion, but haven't seen him wrestle this whole season because of that COVID thing. And then on the other side for Michigan, they have a great wrestler in Dylan Ragusin, but we didn't see him on Friday. No one really knows why, but should be in the lineup again on Sunday to go up against Penn State. Now, both these guys, true freshmen. Ragusin, of course, the highest recruit. I think he was a top 10 recruit last year. But Ragusin was a little lower coming in from Ncaa Catholic in Illinois. But he has just been on a tear since the Senior Nationals. Won the U23s against some great wrestlers, and I think he's going to get a win over Robert Howard here, most likely by decision, to put Michigan up 3-0. And at 133, it is number 3 ranked guy Roman Braviyoung versus most likely Jack Medley, or if Stevan Micic comes back, he will wrestle in this 133-pound spot. No one really knows where Stevan Micic is. He hasn't wrestled in the past 3 or 4 duels that Michigan has had. But if he does wrestle, it's going to be a really close match between him and Roman Braviyoung. He would probably get the win, but as of now, Jack Medley is listed as the projected starter. So between Medley and Roman Braviyoung, of course, an NCAA qualifier, wrestled well in the last season, will probably get a major decision or maybe even a tech in this matchup. Then next up, also number 3 ranked, is Nick Lee versus Michigan's Drew Mattin. Mattin had a tough loss to Dylan D'Amelio on Friday. Could rebound against Nick Lee, but Lee has just been on a roll this year. Probably will get a major decision in this matchup. Put Penn State ahead 8-3 on Michigan. And then at 149, we really don't know who Penn State's going to send out. It could be number 16, Jared Verkleen, Bo Bartlett, Luke Gardner, Terrell Barraclough. It could be anyone, but we do know that Michigan's going to have number 8, Kanan Storr. Now, Kanan Storr will be the favorite against anyone that Penn State sends out. He's number 8th ranked, having a good season so far. Will most likely get a decision over Jared Verkleen or Bo Bartlett, whichever one of those guys wrestles. And then at 157, this is a pretty big swing matchup. On Friday, Will Lewan had a good win, but it was way too close against Elijah Cleary. It came down to, I think, double overtime in riding time. Really, he kind of underperformed in that matchup, while Brady Bird, who's had a decent season so far, is number 11th ranked. I think he can probably upset Will Lewan in this matchup. Lewan hasn't been wrestling as a lot of people thought he would, especially with that close match with Elijah Cleary, a really gritty wrestler. So I think Brady Bird is going to win here by decision for Penn State University. And then at 165, it's number 14th ranked Joe Lee versus number 18 ranked Cameron Amin. Back-to-back swing matches in this duel. Cameron Amin, who had a great first half of match with Ethan Smith on Friday, but eventually lost to him 4-3, is looking to rebound against a great wrestler in Joe Lee, brother of Nick Lee, who is undefeated in his first 3 matches as a Penn State wrestler, who had a very close matchup with David Ferrante and majored Patrick Spray. This is going to be a gritty matchup, and I think it's going to come down to the 3rd period, who's going to get that last takedown. But in my opinion, I think Joe Lee will pull out and get a dub here for Penn State, most likely by decision. And then at 174, it's number 7 Carter Sorochi against number 2 Logan Massaw. It's going to be a good matchup. Sorochi was supposed to be very highly ranked in this season, is a pretty high rank, but took a loss to DJ Washington. But after that, he has started to wrestle a lot better than he did against DJ Washington, while Massaw has just been dominant throughout the whole entire season. Could possibly even be a Hodge finalist, and I think he's just going to beat Sorochi. It's going to be a close matchup, but Massaw is just great on top. We saw him get a few turns in on Friday night. We'll probably win here by decision. And then at 184, it's number 5 Aaron Brooks versus Jelani Embry. Aaron Brooks, very underrated wrestler this year. In my opinion, should be in the top 3 or maybe top 2. Going up against Jalen Embry, who had a very tough first matchup against Rocky Jordan, almost got tech fall, lost 13-0. And I think Aaron Brooks is going to win here, most likely by tech fall. He's a great wrestler, was a Big Ten champion last season, and it's just going to dominate against Jalen Embry. And then these last 2 matches heavily in Michigan's favor. 197, it's number 13 Michael Beard versus number 1 at 184 pounds Miles Amin. Miles Amin, of course, he is bumping up a bit of weight. to get ready for the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. But he's wrestling pretty good. Of course, on Friday didn't wrestle his best, had a bit of rust coming onto that mat after a long time, but I think he'll take care of business against Michael Beard and get a decision for Michigan in this matchup. And then at heavyweight, it is number 13 Seth Neville for Penn State and number 2 Mason Paris at heavyweight for Michigan. Heavyweight really is just going to be dominated by Mason Paris and Gable Steveson this year. Both guys are the best guys at their weight class, and Gable Steveson and Mason Paris are just very athletic heavyweights, while Seth Neville's is just, I don't really think he's going to be able to keep up with the pace of Mason Paris, who already has a few pins on the season, a few tech falls. I think he's going to get a tech for Michigan in this matchup, but it won't be enough to beat Penn State, as they will win 19-18 in this crazy duel. But yeah, it's going to wrap up our predictions for this big duel up against the number 6 ranked team Penn State versus the number 2 ranked team in Michigan. It's going to be pretty close. I will definitely tune into it on Sunday. It's going to be on the Big Ten Network. But yeah, it's going to wrap up our video for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and sub for more wrestling content like this. Peace.